Welcome, guys and girls. My name is Gajitz, and this is episode 25 of Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved Skyblock. We've been playing with a fair bit of magic lately, and it's been quite fun. We've automated some of Botania and not really done much else magic, but um, yeah, I want to take a little bit of a diversion away from Magic because I really, really want an ME system really soon. I've sort of been like not doing much because I want to wait until I have an ME system. And diverting off to Magic is sort of preventing us from getting an ME system because it takes time in this pack to get that type of stuff. So, to get onto it, we need some stuff. Now, we've already got this guy over here, which is creating a wee bit of UU matter. Like, we've almost got one bucket, but we need 8 buckets in order to get enough stuff for what we need. And in between, I've been just slowly filling this guy up and using the excess power from over there and when I'm not on to make our iridium. So here we have our iridium. I've also been making our whatever that is, uranium, which is just, let's go, actually no, it's R. So which is just like uranium ingots and glowstone, and you get uranium ingots by smelting it. Um, Smelting the clumps. This one. Yeah, here we go. Smelting this crushed ore. Um, and yeah, that's all well and good, and we've got 8 uranium from this. But one, it's expensive. It costs like a ton of iron and stuff. Admittedly, we have it, but it's just really time consuming. And I think if we get a good UU setup done, like if we get like enough power and stuff to our UU, then we should create enough. The other thing, which is why I made that uh, uranium, is we need some other stuff. So we need some things from advanced solar panels, which is this molecular transformer, which is pretty expensive. So first off today, I think we're going to get onto a molecular transformer. Then I think what we need to do is get onto some of our industrial craft stuff, which would be so our replicator, which is pretty expensive as well, and we need reinforced stone for this and all sorts of things. Our replicator, our scanner, which isn't too bad, and our pattern storage. And also we need crystal memories as well, which actually isn't too bad. Clay dust. How do we get clay dust? Oh, macerator. That's fairly easy. All right, so let's get on to which one first? Actually, you know what? Let's get onto the advanced solar cells one. This guy. So we need an advanced circuit, which isn't too hard to get. We also need this guy, which I have no clue how to make. Okay. That's going to take a little bit more effort. Uh, and our transformer, Lapotron Crystal, which is pretty hard. And our transformer, wow, okay. So, how many basic machine casings do we need? We need at least 4 for there. And then this guy, we need another one there. So that's another 2. So need at least 6. And then we need a ton of these guys. and a ton of these guys. All right, so I'm going to get the advanced machine casings and the advanced circuits before, because you've seen me make those before. I'm just going to do them off camera, and then I'll work towards the Lapotron crystal isn't too hard. I'll work towards this guy. I don't even know. Oh, there we go. That's what we needed the Uridium for. And that's not too bad either. And I've also made up a bunch of uh, advanced alloys in advance for this too, because I had a funny feeling we're going to need some extra stuff. Oh, the other thing, just before we go and get making that, is I got rid, finally, of the crappy mob spawner, and I built this massive platform out here. Now, I haven't quite decided. I'm thinking this will probably end up being a mob spawning area, but I haven't quite decided what I want to do with it yet. All I knew is I didn't want that mob spawner there anymore. And I do have an idea for a mob spawner. I've just got to get around to doing it, which is a little bit of the reason why we started Magic. But again, it's gonna take time to get that up and running. So I want to get onto all of this stuff and get all of this stuff and get that out of the way before we can move on to the rest. But with all that said, we'll be back in a little bit. Alrighty guys, so we have our molecular transformer all ready and done. We also have our scanner all nicely done. And we have our replicator almost done and our pattern storage almost done. But for those, we need something special, which is this stuff, reinforced stone. Now this guy is damn near impossible to break, but we can cheat with a block breaker. So you need to make CFC foam, which you make in your solid fuel guy with CFC powder, which is made with stone dust, clay, and sand. And then you need to make a sprayer, and you put it in the top here, and it fills it up. And then you can right click it. Now, you can either wait for it to dry, or you can just hit it with sand. I'm going to hit it with sand, because it's going to be a little bit quicker. And I think I need 5 of these, so we're almost done. There we go, there's our 5. And not you, not you, you. So we need 2 in here, and that gives us our replicator. And then in this one, we need our 3, which gives our pattern storage. And then if we head downstairs, I've also set up over here a nice little power generation unit. So I've got 2 of these guys with connected to our B-Space barrel, which I stole from our Britannia area because we're not using it over there anymore. And then 2 high-pressure steam boilers that are pumping out. I created these earlier on so that we could get them all heated up. And then I've got steam dynamos with 2 augments on it, because we haven't quite got to making the 3rd one yet, because we need cryothium for that. But what we can do with this is now we can chuck down our replicator. I'm going to grab this just in case I get it wrong. So if we go our replicator, I'm just going to chuck them here first. Then our scanner, I think, on the outside. Hang on, that's our replicator. What's that? That's our pattern storage. So scanner and pattern storage sort of need to go together. And then our replicator goes next to that, waiting. pattern storage, and that's our scanner. Yep, and then the last one is our mass fab, which will have one gap, and we will just pump straight into it. So let's go. I'm gonna go scanner and that here. So let's go you there, and you there. Now I'm pretty sure all of these need power. Yes, you need power. You don't need power. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, you need power as well. So let's grab some power and some power cables. And then we'll go you and you. And then hook this one up to here. Can't. Alright, so you can't go there. We'll just pick you up and put you here then. And then put you there. And hook you up to that one. Hook you up to that one. So they should both have power now. Oh, they're getting power. Wow. These guys must chew a ton of power. I can't remember how much. I'm pretty sure it's 4,000 RF for those. But we can always hook up more power if need be. Then we're going to come down here. And we're going to grab this guy and break this. And head back down to the bottom. Now we chuck that guy there. And this guy here. And then you're going to be nothing. But on this side, you're going to pull. I'm pretty sure on this side, you're going to push. Yeah? I think we need to get a disc or something in there for it to start replicating and making stuff. But then we need to hook this guy up to there. It should be processing pretty fast. See, it's ticking over. I wonder if I hook up a second one to it. I don't know why the lighting's all screwed up here, though. Yeah, it's not, doesn't matter. It's not going any faster. But you in there. 800. How do I get it into you? Your power is okay. Your power is okay. So let's go grab a disc. I made an extra disc. And we'll grab a piece of uranium. Where is it? The scanning disc. No. What are you? Cutting blade? No. No. What? What's that? Okay, anyway. This guy right here, crystal memory. So I know I've got one in here somewhere. There it is. Okay, and uridium's downstairs. The other thing we've got is this guy to connect up as well. So let's grab one uridium. We've got plenty if we screw up, so I'm not too worried about that. And this guy we're going to chuck here. Oh, he produces a ton of light. I don't know, I think I might have to have this guy outside. But I don't know about that. Are you getting power recipes? I just want to check that before we get scanning. So I know we need... glowstone to make what we need for it. But I don't know if it's going to work. Yeah, there we go. So it doesn't need, but it is producing, which is pretty cool. 78. Wow, it's not getting much EU. Okay. And this guy's all full. So, if we chuck our thing in there and we chuck you in there, it's going to start scanning 1%. Nice. And then we can chuck it in here. UU matter and energy, so we know what it is. And then this guy will hopefully get enough. But I don't know why. Do we have to put the tank in there? I wonder. Or will it only take... I think it will only take once we've got UU in there, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway. That is pretty much it. This guy's producing fairly slowly now. But these guys aren't taking from it, so it should be getting... Yeah, look at that. It's already drained all of these. This guy's barely able to keep up. So once this gets all the way up to the top though, it should be fine. And we've got backlog in here and backlog in here, which is all good. And these guys are just keeping up too. Nice. Once they dump all their power, it should be good. And once these gets like fully like heated up, it won't have any hassle keeping up with this. I shouldn't think so anyway. Anyway, that should be good enough. I just want to wait for this to finish off, and then we'll probably call it that. And here we go. So we don't want to hit delete, we want to hit save. So save that. Thank you very much. And then I take you out. And I guess I can break this. I had to turn everything else off because it wasn't quite working very well. And then I don't put it in there, I put it in here. Import from crystal. Export to crystal. Import to from crystal. Yes, that's the one we want. Okay. And do you send it over there? There we go. There's our pattern. So you now have that. So what you're waiting on UU? Are you? So do I have to put U in U? Yeah. I do, damn it. It needs to be done like that. So, and then single run. So that should have enough to just make one. But we want to make a ton more, and this guy should still be set, shouldn't it? Yeah, in... Oh, hang on. We had you to pull. You should be push. So it should suck it out of here and dump it into here. Now, the next thing we need to put is scrap in here, but I'll wait for a little bit to get onto that because we need our recyclers, and I want to do it with scrap boxes. And that will just make our mass fabricator go a little bit faster. But let's connect all of this back up. So you're going onto here. You're going onto here. And you're going onto here. Bam. So that should be enough now. This guy should be full of power. this guy should be full of uridium. And this guy should be getting power. Yep, so, yeah, it did. It took it out and pumped it straight into here. So, we should probably put it on a repeat run. Oh, we got 1 uridium already, so it's super fucking fast. That's awesome. Love it. The power, though, is a little bit of a problem. So, I think we're still going to need more power. Although I think it's more the fact that it hasn't heated up yet, so it's not sending as much steam as possible, because this guy's running out right now, not producing any RF. Power output is 0. So yeah, these guys at the bottom aren't even producing power. And these guys are just, so right now it's not producing, but once this gets up, it should be okay. And if it's not, what I'll do is I'll just take out, say, one of these augments in one of them or whatever. But it should be okay. Anyway, with that, guys, if you enjoyed the episode, please hit that follow and like button. And we will see you next time. Later.